Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Keiichi Yokoyama, the chairman of All Japan Coffee Association. First of all, I'd like to thank ICO for giving me the opportunity to speak about how Japanese people are enjoying coffee and also to celebrate the first International Coffee Day at the wonderful place of Global Coffee Forum in Milan. This year is a very meaningful one for us as the Japanese government rejoined to ICO. We want to contribute to betterment of the international coffee industry together with you, engaging in coffee industry. Today, I'd like to introduce you Japanese coffee culture under the title of Japanese Way of Enjoying Coffee by explaining you these contents. I understand that you have an image of tea or green tea as the most popular Japanese beverage. Historically speaking, it's sure that the tea drinking habit used to have tight link with Japanese people's daily life from more than 1,000 years ago, and it was the most popular national beverage. I believe that the reason why coffee has become so popular as it is today is that there has been a foundation of tea culture using Japanese soft water, which gets along well with washoku or Japanese cuisine. In Japan, green coffee beans import started in 1950, and it was liberalized in 1960. When domestic production of instant coffee started. After liberalization of instant coffee import in 1961, green coffee beans import amount increased sharply and continuously. Westernization of the Japanese diet habit had progressed from last 1960s. And coffee consumption was advanced remarkably. In 2014, the import amount of green coffee beans reached to 450,000 tons, and Japan became the number 3 green coffee beans import nation. Share of coffee based on manufacturer shipment value in Japan beverage category is 29% and surpassed 70% of tea. According to these data, we can say that among those beverages, coffee is consumed most by Japanese people. It can be said that coffee is one of the national beverages for Japanese people today. The size of the coffee market reached to 23.3 billion US dollar in consumer purchase value in 2014. Per capita national coffee consumption counts to be 420 cups per year. Both canned coffee and out-home use coffee market amounted to 18.1 billion US dollar, and home use coffee market amounted to 5.2 billion US dollar. Then how 1,000-year-long tea culture nation has accepted coffee as one of the national beverages only in 50 years. First, I can name diversified Japanese coffee shops and the existence of their unique culture, which have supported the development of Japanese coffee consumption. After 1960s until today, the coffee shop have been offering various types of scenes and the purposes of its use, not only offering the place to chat and talk, but to listen to the music, to sing songs together, to enjoy TV games, and so on. And there is always coffee there. Second, the invention of instant coffee was really innovative. After instant coffee began to be produced and sold domestically in 1960, it was widely accepted by general public as they could drink it easily anytime and anywhere. Various kinds of instant coffee have been launched and the quality has been improved. Instant coffee has become the most popular coffee now. Third, canned coffee originated in Japan, was introduced to the market in 1969, and vending machines were equipped all over Japan, which accelerated the popularization of its product. Sales through this channel is occupying 80% of total sales of canned coffee at present. Coffee has penetrated into the daily life of Japanese people thanks to the canned coffee, which can be purchased as iced or hot at any time and any place and by anybody. Fourth, Japanese people drink iced coffee not only during hot summer season, but throughout the year. Iced coffee has been found on the menu in coffee shops from the past. It's sure that instant coffee helped home consumption of coffee increase, but the bottled coffee accelerated coffee consumption at home. In late 1980s, this product was introduced into the market in real earnest. That made people drink iced coffee at home easily, which has expanded the coffee market further. Fifth, in current Japanese households, 60% consist of one or two persons. Due to aging society with few children. As a result, the number of people who have their meals individually has increased. Sales of personal roast and ground coffee has increased by 1.7 times, while stick-type coffee has increased by 2.5 times in the past 10 years. The personal use coffee market is growing rapidly, and the development of new products in conformity with current family structure is accelerating expansion of coffee market. Sixth, and the last, new products pursuing the Japanese taste have been continuously developed by Japanese coffee industry. Washoku, or Japanese cuisine, which has become the center of attention since it was registered as a World Intangible Cultural Heritage in 2013. It said that the taste of washoku is decided by the soup stock. And the most important thing to make delicious soup stock is water in the process of dressing materials and cooking. The character of Japanese water is softness. The delicate taste made by soft water is a representative character of Japanese food culture. This can also be said in coffee. One of the important factors to decide the taste of coffee is the water. The delicate taste brewed through drip extraction to make use of soft water is the value of Japanese coffee. I believe that these 6 points are the reason why coffee has become one of the national beverages of Japanese people. Now I'm going to show you the latest trend of Japanese coffee market. First, in Japan, the number of convenience stores is increasing sharply, and cups of coffee served near the checkout counter inside the store, commonly known as konbini coffee, has become a big business in the past 2 years. It says the konbini coffee, which is freshly brewed by the authentic drip machine or espresso machine and offered at 100 or 150 yen, about $1 per cup, by self-service style, has spread to 50,000 convenience stores all over Japan. In 2013, sales value of this category was $830 million, and we expect that it will reach to $1,670 million in 2016. Second is the rise of the specialty coffee shop called Third Wave. In Japan, second wave coffee shop like Starbucks Coffee, mainly offering espresso type of coffee, has been booming for some time. However, about a year ago, third wave coffee shop emanated its presence in the coffee shop industry. The style of making coffee in third wave coffee shops is to select coffee beans of particular origin and roast it by shop roaster, then brew it carefully by hand drip after grinding. It's said that they were influenced by Japanese old type of coffee shop in 1960s, which paid utmost attention in making coffee and dealing with customers. I believe this customer-oriented Japanese hospitality, omotenashi, is a key to the new trend. Third, currently, the elderly people over 65 years old occupied 25% of the total Japanese population, and the number is increasing. At the same time, their health consciousness is increasing as well. According to our survey, the number of customers who think that coffee is effective for prevention of cancer is increasing every year and reached to 23% in 2014. The awareness that coffee is good for health is increasing thanks to many academic reports studying about drinking coffee and health. Among elderly people, the number of active seniors who select coffee beans, grind and drip by themselves to enjoy coffee is increasing. This trend makes us consider that the Japanese coffee market will become more active and promising in the future. Lastly, I want to touch a bit about the activity of All Japan Coffee Association. There are mainly 3 activities. First, enlightenment of consumers for coffee promotion and sponsoring events to increase awareness of October 1st as Coffee Day. Second, support for study of coffee and health. And third, security of food safety. Besides agrochemical residues and mold control, we are also engaged in the labeling of food packaging. For example, the way of labeling of name of origin country or the labeling of the blended coffee, which ask coffee makers to blend minimum 30% in order to use the name of origin country to be labeled on the package. We are doing our best for that coffee consumers can enjoy safe and delicious coffee through our activities. Thank you very much for your kind attention.